Welcome to Emergence Magazine's Summer of Practice, a special series of guided audio practices. I'm Emmanuel Vaughn Lee, host of this podcast and executive editor of Emergence Magazine, located on the unceded ancestral lands of the Coast Miwok people in present-day Marin County. Over the past year at Emergence, we've been exploring the theme of time, looking at how we can broaden and deepen our understanding of time, and also stepping away from the linear and into the worlds of geologic time, ancestral time, sacramental time, and many other forms. The stories we've been sharing around this plant seeds for us to interrogate and reconceptualize how we perceive time. But our physical, felt experience of time often remains clock-bound. What happens when we are able to inhabit time, even if momentarily, in an entirely new way? What emerges in the absence of the mechanical, the finite, and the systemized? If time ceased to be a tool of control, could it become a tool of connection? And how could this shift the way we relate and engage with each other, and the presence of mystery, and of course, with the earth? Over the summer, we're going to be featuring a series of practices exploring time, as well as revisiting practices from past issues, offering different ways to bring us into deeper relationship with the living, breathing earth. In this first episode, I invite you to step into the first in a series of 4 guided practices, exploring different aspects of how remembering Earth time can reawaken an ancestral memory of living in alignment with the rhythm and pulses within our landscapes, and make time rooted rather than abstract. They've been adapted for audio from a most recent print collection of writing prompts and exercises, a practice in time, enabling you to pop in a pair of headphones and participate whenever and wherever you like. Today's invitation is called Kinship time. We're used to thinking of time as the ticking of the clock, a repeating round of numbers and measurements. But time is also made up of relationships and can be experienced as cycles and rhythms. This kind of physical, earthly time is woven from a myriad of ecological processes that are interacting in continuous collaboration. Modern technology has subdued our instinct to create time together with the earth. But our bodies are built to be in conversation with our ecosystem, to respond to the world around us via internal clocks. When we attune to the pulses within and around us, time can become an experience of kinship. The audio for this practice runs for about 15 minutes, including my guidance through each step and time silence for you to engage with them. I encourage you to take longer to sink into and explore each prompt, and so feel free to pause the audio at any point if you feel you'd like to take a little more time with it. This practice offers you an opportunity to connect with the landscape and living beings around you. For that reason, I encourage you to disable notifications on your phone for the duration of the episode, and use either the speaker or a single bud of your headphones so that you're still able to engage with the sounds around you. As the practice is inviting you to experience time beyond the clock face, I also suggest, if it's possible, to avoid looking at the time, either on your wristwatch or on your phone screen. It'll help you step away from the march of minutes we're so accustomed to. As with any time spent outdoors, you are responsible for your own well-being and safety. Be smart about where you choose to complete each practice. Make sure you are comfortable. Use common sense and trust your intuition. And if you're heading to a park or trail, tell someone where you're going. Now, we'll begin the practice. Find a place to sit in an outdoor space, somewhere where you can encounter the elements and the more than human community. Pause here until you are settled and comfortable. Start by awakening your senses to the sounds, smells, and movements around you. Use each of your 5 senses to pay attention to the quality of light, the temperature, the presence or absence of moisture, the scent of flowers or grass or leaves, the creaturely arrivals and departures. Begin to think about how each of these sensory occurrences are cues in the landscape that help us and other creatures shape a sense of time. As you continue to sit, notice how these cues shift, how they evolve, or how they disappear. Consider how they might change over the course of a season or a year. When will certain plants emerge? Will the fragrance of this place change? Will the sunlight or the colors? When you feel ready, focus on a being who shares your landscape right now. Perhaps a plant in your garden, the creek or river that runs by the trail you're sitting by, a songbird that frequents a tree near your house. Rather than perceiving this being as simply occupying the landscape, imagine how they might be interacting with the ecological cues you have just observed. Do they engage with the presence of other creatures? Respond to shifts in the light? Attune to the changing state of a plant as it blossoms and fruits? Is a bee reacting to the fragrance of flowers? An oak tree responding to the arrival of rain or the intensity of light? The river answering to changes in the breeze? Feel free to repeat this step with as many living beings as you like. Now return the focus of your attention back to yourself. For the duration of the practice so far, your attention has not been on the passing of minutes. In the absence of this usual framework, what do you listen and look for in both the landscape around you and within your own body to generate a sense of time? What cycles become apparent? What elements of the ecosystem are central to experiencing the motion of time? Perhaps the fluctuations in light, the smell of dew on a plant, or the presence of another animal's song. How are the rhythms of your day composed in relationship with other living beings? How do you feel your sense of time fitting into cycles that exist in the larger ecology of time? Thanks for joining me in this practice. I hope it can offer a meaningful note to the way you experience Earth time. If you would like to explore the print version of this practice, or check out our other practice booklets, each inviting you into relationship with the Earth through a series of practices and exercises, visit store.emergencemagazine.org. Emergence Magazine is an initiative of Calliopeia Foundation. Our original essays, in-depth interviews, films, and rich multimedia explore the threads connecting ecology, culture, and spirituality. This episode is produced by Emmanuel Vaughn Lee and Lucy Warmold, with sound design and editing by Erica Neininger. You can subscribe to our podcast wherever podcasts are found. To subscribe to our newsletter, order our new print edition, and check out more of our stories, visit emergencemagazine.org.